Brad here with the Tombstone Riders. They say the journey is the destination, but on this 1,500-mile road trip, I had a specific destination in mind that I knew would test that theory. I was looking for one of the most jaw-dropping landscapes in Nevada, Red Rock Canyon. I started this journey down in southern Arizona. I spent that first night on the Mother Road, Route 66 in Kingman, Arizona. The next day was a blur of engineering marvels and desert heat, crossing the Hoover Dam, a quick stop in Boulder City, and an amazing ride through the Valley of Fire State Park. But this morning? Well, this morning is different. I headed out early, before the city really woke up, aiming for the Red Rock Canyon as the sun breached the horizon. The goal was to beat the heat, avoid the heavy tourist traffic, and catch that golden light hitting the sandstone. It's strange, just minutes away from the neon glow and the slot machine noise of Las Vegas, this place feels like an entirely different planet. And if you've never ridden this loop on a motorcycle, well, stick around. You're about to see why this specific stretch of asphalt ends up on so many bucket lists. As I roll towards the canyon, watching the urban sprawl melt away in my rearview mirrors, I can feel my shoulders drop. I love riding. Whether it's a quick breakfast run down to Tombstone or one of these multi-state marathons I've taken over the years, the feeling is the same. The moment those wheels start turning, the road begins whispering to me. It teaches me real things about life, about patience, about resilience, about who I am when no one else is watching. Most people, the ones inside cages with the air conditioning on, well, they'll never quite understand why we do this. They don't get how a two-wheel machine made of metal and rubber can be the best life coach you'll ever have. But every twist of the throttle is a lesson. Every mistake you make, every near miss, every quiet mile of highway, it all has something to say. And if you've been riding long enough, you know exactly what I mean. For me, the motorcycle is much more than just transportation. It's been a teacher, it's been a therapist, and sometimes it's that smart-ass friend who reminds me that I definitely don't have it all figured out. It's taught me how to get out of my own head and how to be present. And maybe most importantly, it teaches you how to keep the rubber side down when life throws gravel across the road in front of you. Well, here we are, Red Rock Canyon National Conservation Area. When you look at these cliffs, you have to realize you're looking at time itself. These rock formations are roughly 250 million years old. Back then, this wasn't desert, it was a massive field of shifting sand dunes, and over eons, gravity and pressure compressed these dunes into stone. Then the earth did something violent. It pushed, folded, and fractured the land, creating what geologists call the keystone thrust. That's what gives us these red and white striped cliffs, and it looks like they were hand-painted by nature itself. Those bright crimson boulders, well, that's iron-rich sandstone that has literally rusted over millions of years of exposure to the elements. It's a stark, beautiful contrast against the blue Nevada sky. Now this is where the magic happens. Red Rock's 13-mile Scenic Loop, which is practically tailor-made for two wheels. It's a one-way ribbon of asphalt that climbs into the hills and dives back down. The pavement is smooth, the curves are wide and sweeping, and the elevation changes lets you feel the G-force in your gut. Out here, the noise of the strip is gone. It's just the hum of the engine echoing off those natural stone walls and the sound of the wind. When you ride a motorcycle through Red Rock, you aren't just passing through the scenery like you are in a car. You're part of it. You feel the temperature drop 10 degrees as you glide into the shadows of the canyon. You can smell the sagebrush and the dust. You feel the crosswinds kicking up over the ridges. No other vehicle connects you to the earth quite like this. You're vulnerable, sure, but you're also very much alive. If you're planning your own ride out here, don't rush it. Stop at the overlooks, walk a few steps off the pavement. The history here is as heavy as the rocks. Long before Las Vegas was a dot in a map, this area was a lifeline. The Southern Paiute and the ancient Puebloans lived and traveled through these canyons for thousands of years. If you know where to look, you can still find petroglyphs and ancient roasting pits hidden in the shade. Later in the early 1900s, this place saw prospectors looking for gold and quarrymen cutting sandstone blocks that were used to build buildings in Los Angeles and San Francisco. There's something about these red rocks that hit you right in the chest. Maybe it's how small you feel next to these towering cliffs. Maybe it's the quiet. Or maybe it's the realization that this land has looked almost exactly the same since before humans ever walked the earth. When the engine is off and the ticking of the cooling metal fades away, the silence out here is heavy. It resets you. The longer I ride, the more I realize this has evolved into something way beyond a hobby. We're all carrying something, aren't we? Pressure from work, bills that never stop coming, that constant low-level anxiety that life is moving faster than we can keep up with. That's why I need this machine. That's when I need to disconnect, unplug, and let the noise settle so I can hear myself think again. Out here, the lessons always show up. It teaches you about decision making, committing to a line through a curve when you can't see the exit yet. It teaches you patience, choosing to breathe rather than rage when a tourist cuts you off. And it teaches you calm, finding that center of gravity when your mind feels like spiraling. But maybe the biggest lesson of all is this: the ride is a mirror. It reflects exactly where your head and your heart are at that moment. If you're angry, you're going to ride aggressive. If you're distracted, you're going to ride sloppy. And it shows who you are and who you are becoming. As I've gotten older, those lessons stick with me, especially now that my son rides. The bike isn't just my escape anymore. It's a bridge connecting who I used to be with the man I'm still trying to become, even at my age. As we roll out of Red Rock Canyon and back to the real world, the traffic will return and the cell phones will start ringing again. But just for a moment, for that loop, we were somewhere else. We were in one of the most beautiful desert landscapes in the Southwest, a place carved by time, painted by nature, and absolutely perfect for a motorcycle. I hope you got a little bit out of this ride. Thanks for riding along with the Tombstone Riders. If you've enjoyed this trip through the Red Rock Canyon, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below and tell me where your therapy ride is. Where do you go to clear your head? And until then, ride safe, ride free, and I'll see you on the next trip.